Hello guys, and welcome back to some Frosti-Town. Today we're gonna be just playing around with shapes. So let's start with a simple cube. Scale it up and scale it, or maybe Shift D this and scale it on the x-axis and bring it back here and scale it on the z-axis, something like this. And we're gonna scale this guy on the x-axis to right about here. Maybe just a bit like this. Let's go into edge mode and select this edge and control B this. And let's select this guy, and maybe if we could scale it down, scale it like this, bevel it like this, and this, I don't think this one's, let's select this guy and select both of these and bevel this, and let's bevel this, and shift and left alt and select both of these and control B this just a little bit, so we have something like this. And I'm gonna bevel this, gonna go into geometry and give it 20, maybe 10, and maybe bring this guy to right about here. And let's select this edge and let's go into hard objects and box cutter, and let's try to cut it something like this, and left control sharpen this and keep it to 10. And we're gonna shift D this and scale it up a bit and select this guy by pressing shift and left click and difference it, and bring it up a bit to right about there, so we have something like this. And let's create another cube and scale it down. Let's scale it on the y-axis, or maybe just bring it towards the y-axis to something like this, or maybe something like this. Let's go to the front view and let's difference this, and let's sharpen this. And let's select another cube, and let's bring it somewhere right about here. Bring it up so we have something like this. Let's select these two guys and control B this to right about here, and let's select these guys and control B this, and let's select these edges and control B this, something like this. Let's create another cube and bring it here, scale it down, bring it down right about here. Shift D this and bring it somewhere right about here. Maybe just bring it right about here. So we have something like this, and we're gonna Shift D this, scale on the y-axis, bring it here, and select these two phases and delete these and bring it somewhere right about here, and we're gonna scale it up and I'm gonna bring it here, and we're gonna go into hard ops and I'm gonna array this on the x-axis, and we're gonna bring this to right about here. So we have something like this, and I'm gonna inset this and bring it in, and I'm gonna inset this and bring it in. So we have something like this, and I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna make something control B this, scroll up, and we're gonna bring it inwards, alt X to the other side, sharpen this, let's join this, or maybe let's just All right, so let's go back. Control B this, send it through, and we're gonna go into ever scroll, and I'm gonna cut it, and then we are going to sharpen it, all text to the other side. And we're gonna go and press 1 from machine tools, so we have something like this. And we are going to Alt W, and we're gonna create something like this, and Control B and bring it in, and gonna create something like this, and Control B and bring it in, and sharpen this, so we have something like this. I'm gonna press X and I'm gonna send it through. Save this and sharpen this and bring it out a bit, so we have something like this. This is save this, and send it through, sharpen this, and let's keep it to 10. And let's select all of this and bring it up, so we have something like this. Okay, so what's next? I was thinking about adding a cylinder, give it 90 words, RY or X90, and scale it down and bring it somewhere right about here, G and Y, and bring it to the other side, scale it down, and bring it somewhere right about here. And I'm gonna control B this, something like this, and I'm gonna inset this and we're gonna bring it in. And I'm gonna bring it inwards. Bring it out like that. And we are going to create a loop cut by Control R and then Control B, something like this, and left Control Shift and macro, and I'm gonna bring it up, or maybe let's bring it down inwards. So we have something like this. Alright, so we were here. I was kind of busy, so I had to leave this, and we're gonna continue. So we're gonna scale this down, scale this up, and I was thinking about adding a sphere, and let's solidify this. And bring it somewhere right about here. And scale it down. Shift D this, scale it up a bit, select both of these and difference it, and scale it up. So we have something like this. And I'm gonna shift D this, scale it up to right about here, and I'm gonna select this and we're gonna difference this, so we have something like this. Gonna go here and here, and we're gonna Control B this and inset this in, bring it in, inset this in, bring it in, and scale it. And we're gonna select these two loops, and I'm gonna Control B them, Alt X to the other side, and we are going to add a bevel. We're gonna press left shift and right click, and we're gonna press slash on the numpad key, and I'm gonna make a plane, go to the top view, scale it down, bring it up, go into X-ray mode and scale it to somewhere right about here. And I'm gonna go into edge select mode and back into X-ray mode, and I'm gonna go here and here, gonna go here and here. Next thing what we're going to do is we're gonna go into modifiers tab, and we're gonna shrink wrap it, and we're gonna add a solidify to right about here, and we're gonna go into mesh tools, left control, radial array, and I'm gonna bring the solidification down a bit to right about here, and left control and radial array, press X and scale it up somewhere right about here, press slash, and we have something like this. And we are going to multiply this, and we're going to sharpen this, and we're going to shift D this and bring it forward and scale it down and bring it somewhere right about here, and scale it up and bring it up to right about here. We're gonna shift D this, scale it up, and we're gonna go to hot ops and difference it to right about here, and we're going to scale this up and bring this up. Probably just scale it down a bit and bring it up to right about here and bring it inwards, so we have something like this. Next thing what we're going to do is we are going to set up our camera and bring it somewhere right about here, and I'm gonna go into materials tab. I'm gonna select this guy and I'm gonna give this a metallic, and gonna give this a bit of blackish, and I'm gonna give this a metallic too, but not too much metallic. We're gonna bring it down. I'm gonna select this guy and we are going to give this a metallic too, and I'm gonna give this a metallic just a little bit. I'm gonna select this guy and give this a metallic, and we're going to give this a metallic too, but we're going to bring it down, or maybe we bring this one down and we select this guy and bring it somewhere right about here. I have kit ops, but you can add any rubber material. gonna go into shadings tab and gonna go into world. You can use any environment texture. I have some environment textures. You can go into HDRI Haven, it's free, and you can download any of the textures. I'm gonna select this plane and I'm gonna go into vertex selection, and I'm gonna select these vertices, Control Shift B, and I'm gonna increase the words, and I'm gonna select these words and I'm gonna extrude them up, and I'm gonna select this guy, and I'm gonna control maybe Control Shift B and something like this. And Control B this, go back and sharpen this, and I'm gonna play around with the light a bit. And I'm gonna add some decals. And I'm gonna bring it down. And what we're going to do is we're gonna add a, let's just add a nuts and bolts, something like this, and bring it up. And bring it outside. And I'm gonna go here and radial array this to something like this and move it over there. And I'm gonna alt text this to the other side, and we're gonna select this guy, bring this down, and get the material emission up to 5 is okay. And I'm gonna go into eyedropper tool and select this. Let's go back. So you have something like this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. As always, stay frosty, and Frosti-Town signing out.